Chapter 2. The Flame I Couldn't Hold. A silent confession in the dark of my own becoming. I saw you and I knew. Not in a logical way. Not in the checklist, compatibility, swipe right kind of way. But in the marrow. In the place where truth doesn't ask questions. I knew you before I knew your name. And that terrified me. Because up until then, I'd built a life I could control. Compartmentalized. Measured. Safe. I had my walls, my timing, my escape routes. And then you walked in, and everything inside me lit up like a house set on fire. Do you know what it feels like to be completely seen when you've spent your whole life hiding? You called out every part of me I had buried, not by force, not with words, but just by being. You were a mirror I wasn't ready to look into. I wanted to run the second I felt your soul brushing against mine. But I didn't, not immediately. Instead, I tried to shrink it, to reduce you to a coincidence, to call the connection chemistry, chaos, karma. Anything but what it truly was. Because if I admitted what it really was, I would have to change. And I wasn't ready to change. You didn't just challenge who I was. You challenged everything I thought I needed to be. Every defense I built crumbled when I looked at you too long. And that's when I fled. Not because I didn't love you, but because I did. So much it cracked open the vault I had welded shut with trauma and time. You brought light into places that had only ever known shadows. And I mistook that light for danger. So I left. Quickly. Quietly. I shut the door and called it closure. But I never stopped feeling you. You haunt the moments between my distractions. You echo in the pauses between my thoughts. You live in the silence after every half-hearted attempt at normal. And the truth I've never said out loud is, I didn't run from you. I ran from the version of me that you saw. The version I was too afraid to become. Because loving you would mean shedding all the layers I wore to survive. And I wasn't sure I would still exist if I took them off. But I hear you now, in dreams, in synchronicities, in the ache that doesn't make sense. And I know, one day, I'll have to stop running. Not toward you, not even toward reunion, but toward myself. Because you didn't just wake up the love, you woke up the soul, and that awakening can't be undone. So for now, I remain in the in-between, not lost, but not fully found. Healing, undoing, remembering. And when I'm ready, not when I'm perfect, not when the path is clear, but when the fear no longer wins, I will return. Maybe not to your doorstep, but to the flame you lit inside me.